Hey guys, Professor Perazzo here after some technical difficulties. The latest edition of Driving at Home with the Professor. As you can see, I got my friend and one of my students here, Tom Boss Bailey. Tom, some of you may know if you're on Twitter. What's your Twitter, Tom?
My Twitter is Bailey's World MMA.
Bailey's World MMA. You may have heard of a movement called Team Blackout. So some people have been asking me, Marco, what's this Team Blackout? I see it on Facebook, I see it on Twitter. So I wanted to bring the head coach, captain, and owner of Team Blackout on the show today to explain to everybody what Team Blackout is and how Team Blackout got started.
Guys, Team Blackout was something that me, Azuna, and Steve came up with. I mean, well, actually, I came up with it, but you know, I actually first want to start saying it, but it was something that we were just saying the one day after seeing some stuff about the Black Zillions, this, Black Zillions, that, and because there was two of my main training partners, and we're all black. We call it Team Blackout. But it was funny that it started off as being a joke and being something that we just added on Facebook to being one of those things now that everybody has been asking us. Even people at my job that don't know anything about martial arts want to be part of Team Blackout, get T-shirts and stuff. So, I mean, maybe if I should market it and make $1 million, you know. But that's basically how it started.
Now, is Team Blackout inclusive? Do you take Italian guys? Do you take an Asian guy?
Team Blackout takes everybody, but you know, you have to pass the parameters first.
Okay, so there's a test. Is it written test, or is it?
You gotta know at least 5 hip hop artists.
Nice. All right. So if you're interested in Team Blackout, check Tom out. There is a test, but if you pass the test, you should be okay. So the guys, one of the main reasons I have Tom on today is Tom's been helping me with my kickboxing. I've gotten back heavy into kickboxing lately, but wanted to talk to you about injuries. And Tom had probably one of the 2 worst injuries that you could have for a mixed martial artist. Tom tore his Achilles tendon. So I want Tom to tell everybody how that happened, and then we'll get into it a little bit more.
I was being a dummy. Me and my boss were talking about how many times you can flip a tire in a minute. And, you know how guys are. They're talking, I could do it in 10 minutes. Or I could do this. I could do 10 flips in 1 minute. Or I could do this, that, and the other. The tire itself was like 320 pounds. I didn't stretch. We were in the cold. We tried to flip the tire as many times as we can. I tore my Achilles on my second flip. It was one of the worst experiences I've ever felt. A lot of people asked me if it hurt when it initially happened. It didn't hurt. But when I looked down at my leg, I saw the dimple inside where my shin was supposed to, where my Achilles was supposed to be. I actually felt nauseous, like I was going to throw up.
Right, like some people say it looks like it rolls up into your calf, right?
That's the thing that I got blessed with. Ryan Howard, when he tore his went up. Mine, luckily, didn't. I actually just split in the middle, which is probably why I was able to recover the way I did. Okay, so that's what I wanted to talk to you about next. Like, how was the physical therapy, and how long did it take you to get back to training in martial arts, jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, and all that stuff? Well, I tore my Achilles in June. I wasn't walking for what I call walking in a walking boot till like end of September, early October. I was actually my rehab was actually faster than most people's. I was actually back to boxing within 5 months, which is unheard of when it comes to Achilles injuries. But again, I think my testament to that was the fact that the way I tore it, I tore mine in the middle, so it was about this much of a tear that they had to reattach. And it didn't go up.
It wasn't a complete tear, it was a partial tear.
No, it was a complete tear. But the tear, that surgery, everything was the same, but mine didn't go up.
Okay, it stayed right down.
Yeah,
okay,
it stayed down, so it made it easier for them to reattach and whatever. So I think that's the reason why I was able to come back faster than most people. But, you know, my rehab itself was hard. I would put it to you like this. I wouldn't wish this injury my worst enemy. Okay. Now, did it ever cross your mind while you were going through your rehab and when you had this injury that you're like, I'm never going to be able to train again? I'm pretty strong-minded, so it wasn't like one of those things that I didn't think. Usually if I tell myself I'm going to do something, I'm able to do it. So when I tore my Achilles, it wasn't like, okay, I'm never going to be able to do martial arts again. It was just, I wanted to be back as fast as I possibly can. I made that my challenge. I always make everything I do in martial arts or anything a challenge. So my challenge was I wanted to be back. People were telling me how they came back in 8 months. Some people said I was back to running in 9 months. I wanted to be back in 6.
Okay.
And that's basically what it was. 6
So
months.
you got back in 6 months?
I was back to weightlifting, I was back to light running, and I was back to boxing and kickboxing within 6 months.
And then grappling and jiu-jitsu, how long?
I grappled, oh man, November. So yeah, maybe that might be like 6-7 months.
So now, do you feel any limitations 11, 12 months in after kind of your original injury, now that you're kind of fully healed, right? You know?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to my boy Josh Bukowski. I messed his name up. Josh Bukowski. He helped me a lot with my strength training. So actually now my legs are a lot stronger than what they ever been before. So I don't really feel any limitations at all. There's only certain things I'm still afraid of, being that the fact that, you know, I injured my Achilles flipping tires. I don't like to flip tires now. It's just like a mental thing.
Right.
But as far as anything else, I'm sprinting now. I'm running. I did my 1 minute mile. I did my 1 mile in 6 minutes, which is almost 7 minutes.
Right.
Which is pretty fast for running a mile. So
okay.
I mean, 11 months post operation, I feel like I'm faster and stronger than I was before I tore it. Only because I've been training the right way.
I got you. Okay, so what the people that watch this video should take home is that no matter what kind of injury you have, there's always a way to come back from it. You know what I'm saying? That's not like you tearing your Achilles. It never crossed your mind that you weren't going to get back to something that you loved. You're just like, I'm going to work through it. I'm going to find a strength and conditioning coach. I'm going to do my rehab. I'm going to do my PT, because it wasn't going to stop you from accomplishing the goals that you have set for yourself.
And that's right. You know, that's the biggest thing I tell everybody. Anything you put your mind to, it sounds stupid. You know, our parents say it to us when we were little kids, but it's the truth. Anything I put my mind to, I believe I can achieve. I mean, there's a lot of people who told me, man, you're never going to be the same. You're never going to run again the same. You're going to have a limp, or you're going to do this, you can do that. And, you know, I don't have a limp. I run fine. I'm just more conscientious about and it made me more conscientious of my body. Like, I know how to warm myself up properly. I know how to do dynamic warm-ups and stuff like that, which I didn't understand those things before. And it just made me more aware of everything. It actually made me more in tune with my body, which is a key aspect if you want to have longevity in martial arts. You can't have longevity in martial arts if you can't listen and you don't know how your body's going to react. If there's days that you come in and you're cold or you're sore or whatever, and you still want to push it at 100 miles per hour, you're eventually going to hurt yourself. So you got to be able to know your limitations for the days that you're training. So I mean, it made me more aware of that. Made me realize that, you know, I'm not human. So yeah, make a short, just like get off the topic.
Right.
But I believe if you keep your mind on the goal, there's nothing should stop you. You're like a wrecking ball. I mean, you just gotta stay focused. Okay, don't get too depressed. Don't get too down on yourself. I feel like, you know, as long as you stay positive, you keep a positive mindset, nothing can stop you.
All right, guys. So that's what we talk about a lot in our schools and just in training in the martial arts, is that no excuses mindset. So, you know, Tom tore his Achilles tendon. I really don't wish that injury on anybody, but he's back training full tilt. Like I said, he's helping me with my kickboxing right now. He's back training grappling, his jiu-jitsu, his strength training. So no matter what injury that you have, you notice this was a non-martial arts related injury. This was a lifting injury that he had, the torn Achilles. Did not hold him back from getting back into martial arts. All right, so we're going to wrap it up, guys. Remember, Boss Nate, what's your Twitter again?
My Twitter page is Bailey's World MMA at Twitter.
What about Facebook?
And my Facebook, I want everybody hit my fan page up. It's Boss Nation. All right. I don't know the addresses.
Right. Just look it up, Boss Nation. You know us, Team NJMA on Twitter, Marco Perazzo on Facebook, or you can check us out NJMA online. And remember, Team Blackout is a movement that accepts everybody.